During Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we are highlighting some of the people and stories here in our community.
Yeah, Elizabeth Din here to explain a new project showcasing part of Portland's history.
So many wonderful stories about people and places to share, Jenny and Dan. Of course, this just one of many, as I said. Now, in the years since we did show you the Japanese American Museum of Oregon, a new virtual project went from being in the works to up and running. Something to note is the timing in all this. It's another way to see some of Portland's history, including a historic building that was just demolished in March. Built in the early 1900s, taken down in 2023. A heartbreaking loss for those who hoped to save the historic Yamaguchi Hotel. While the structure is gone, stories from inside it are preserved in the efforts just across the street at the Japanese American Museum of Oregon.
But these are the stories that are going to be important to keep telling.
Chisao Hata, creative director of Living Arts at the museum, feels they're doing crucial work here to preserve Portland and Oregon's Japanese American history.
And so when people come here and they find out, whoa, wait, why didn't I know this? Why wasn't I taught this?
That includes showing how immigrants created a thriving community in Portland's Japantown, or Nihonmachi, until 1942, when an executive order forced them out to be incarcerated.
There's a whole range of emotions with people, from shock to anger to empathy to wonder.
For the first time, some of that experience is now online in a new digital storytelling map called A Forgotten Community, a tour of Portland's lost Japanese American community, all making it easier for a new generation to see and understand.
I'm kind of hopeful about that, about the young people coming up.
The virtual exhibit highlights 20 different stories about people and places at the heart of Nihonmachi, including some still around today in other parts of Portland.
Somebody can always stand up and say, hey, wait a minute, this isn't right.
As Chisao looks at what used to be the Yamaguchi Hotel, her frustration and sadness over the demolition are also fuel for her passion to preserve parts of American history.
We shouldn't be fighting to be able to tell our story. I feel like people should be coming to us and saying, let's learn more about what this history is, because it's the richness to all of our lives, not just mine, not just Asian American youth, not just, Japanese American youth, but to everybody in Portland. If we go by the past as the past, then we forget it. But if we think about the past as the future, then it's so important to know it, because we can't have a future without knowing our past.
And there's much more to this. A walking tour to go along with the virtual one is now in the works. Meantime, to see and read the digital storytelling map, we've got the link for you right now at queen.com.
It's such a dark part in our history. 125,000 Japanese Americans forced from their homes, give up their property, their businesses, and move to these camps on the West Coast. And it doesn't get enough attention. So
and oftentimes, even for those who experienced it, it was hard for them to tell their own children and grandchildren, right? So that's why oftentimes it's for so many of us to revisit these stories later on and never forget them.
Yeah,
never
so
forget.
Interesting. Liz, thank you.
Thank you.